Hey, I'm Jay Thomas. Welcome to this week's edition of Hot Rod Hangout, where we're here to look at usually what's new at Rod's Hot Rods. Today it is the armchair edition of Hot Rod Hangout.
Feels like Bob and Doug McKenzie.
It feels like Bob.
That's what it feels like.
There's no cooler. Where's the beer?
Should be like a little coffee table there.
We missed the boat. Anyways, you know, normally we look at what is new here, but we actually, shockingly, don't have anything in the store right now that is new for us to look at.
Well, I've been gone for a week.
You went to Barrett, which is what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about Barrett Jackson here in a second, actually. That's what this is all going to be about. So stick with us because we have some really cool stories to tell today for Hot Rod Hangout and some experiences that Rod had at Barrett Jackson this year. We want to mention a couple exciting things that are happening around Rod's Hot Rods, and that is we are going to debut a new event in Saskatoon this summer. This spring, another chance for you to go out for a drive in your classic car, hot rod, muscle, truck, whatever it is that you like, all inclusive. If you like your car, we like it too.
Yep.
And we're going to call it Rides at Rods. It's going to happen every Saturday morning right here on Faithful Avenue, 2623 Faithful Avenue, the dealership, where we invite you to come down, hang out, bring the car, go for a drive.
Check out what's new.
Check out what's new in the showroom here, but like donuts, coffee, just camaraderie, a good time. We got a couple small parking lots in front of the building,
yep.
But then lots of space
in the back.
Nice place to park.
We can run it from 9 till noon, but
yep.
You know.
So we're gonna go 9 to noon every Saturday, May 11th till end of September, basically.
Yep, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's something to look forward to. We will have a Facebook group, an event created for that. You can be able to find it there.
Share pictures.
Yep, we're on autoevents.ca already with our event there as well, and we hope to get your support if you're a car fan in the province.
Kind of similar to Cars and Coffee, but we're going to do it Saturday.
Same kind of thing. It's just going to be another option for you, right?
Exactly.
There's an events Friday, there's events Sunday, and we're going to do a Saturday morning thing. You know, try not to get in the way of the other car shows that are on Saturdays.
Or the hop nights on Saturday night.
Exactly, yeah.
There was nothing really going on Saturday mornings. So let's do it.
Let's do it. So hope to see you there. May 11th is going to be our first big one there. We've got lots of openings in our service department that we wanted to just mention to you.
Or we're finally getting caught up on some of our personal, our company stuff.
Exactly.
So now we're just able to take on a few more jobs.
So whether it's complicated and you've got an engine swap that needs to happen, you need a transmission pulled out, needs to be fixed, or you want to do a disc brake conversion.
Just a simple oil change.
Yeah,
it sounds simple, but a lot of these shops don't know what kind of oil to use. They don't know.
Exactly. So we're specializing, of course, just like we do in our showroom, in classic special interest vehicles, right? It's a big umbrella, but if you're thinking there's just something that needs to be done in your car, you're not the person to do it, you don't feel like doing it, you can always bring it here, and we do have service available throughout the winter months to be able to come pick up your car and take it back home for you without you having to drive it or license it or things like that.
Like right now is the best time to be working on the car. So when spring comes, it's all done, you're ready to roll.
Yeah.
It's a perfect time.
May 11th, you're here for Rides at Rods, and the thing is all ready to go.
There you go.
And we should just make this a little point to talk about too, that we do have some openings now in our showroom that have showed up, right? And that, hey, if you've got a vehicle, you've decided that it's time to go on down the road for you, you're looking for something new, of course, we'd love to have you, buy a car here. But if you want to sell your car with consignment, you can do that at Rod's too.
Yep.
So
we've been doing that quite a bit. It's been pretty successful for us. Mm-hmm. And it's a pretty easy process. Just give us a call and we'll kind of walk you through it. And
exactly. Yeah, we bring it on down here, and it gets to hang out in this cool showroom. And we use all our marketing tools that we got to make it happen. And
what I find is lots of people don't want to go shopping in someone's driveway. And on the other flip side of it, people don't want people coming to their house to look at a car to see what else they have.
Yeah.
Like there's
that bit of that anonymity when you go through somebody like us here. So, okay, this is what we wanted to get to with Hot Rod Hangout today, because we're not looking at new cars specifically. We are talking about the big Barrett Jackson 2024, which we got to be a part of. And Rod, you went down there. I want you to you've been there a few times. This year we sold some cars. We had a pink Dart go through that was just did phenomenal for us. We're really happy.
That Duster was a world record.
A world record?
Yeah. And sold.
Really?
Yeah.
For a Duster?
for a duster. I'm not sure what criteria that they have. I don't know if it's the world record for a duster or for a certain model of duster. I'm not sure, but it was a world record of some sort.
So are we going to get like a plaque? Is that like, do I got to contact like Guinness World Book of Records or something? Or
I doubt it. Be nice though.
But there's a lot of us, me included, who it's totally a bucket list thing for us to go down to Barrett Jackson. So walk me through, like, you know, first let's start with this. What's the weather like in Scottsdale this time of year?
When I left, it was, I think it was plus 25 or plus 26. It was nice.
It was nice. So it's not cool, it's a nice temperature.
It cools off at night though.
Okay.
So you got to watch what you wear. The morning it's cool, the afternoon it gets hot.
Right.
And then it cools off right away.
So Barrett Jackson is held at an event grounds, like a place like Prairie Land Park, or like...
Kind of on steroids. It's called Westworld.
Okay, it's called Westworld.
And it's in Scottsdale. They hold a lot of different events there.
Yep.
Like the Good Guys show is there, and lots of events. But it has to be on your bucket list. Think of it as like the world's best car show.
So there's a building which, when we're looking on TV or watching online, we see the cars go, you know, across the auction block. That's a building, right?
That's a tent, but keep
That's
in
a
mind.
tent.
Well, it's like a permanent tent, but it's like coverall shelter.
Okay. Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
But when you're watching it, that's the smallest, probably one of the smallest structures there.
Really?
Yeah. So if you back up a little bit to when you first roll in there.
Yeah.
Okay, to get the magnitude of what the size is, if you're regular parking, you want to park your car, you got to park a couple miles away.
Oh.
And they've got like high school football fields.
Yeah.
The kind of thing, and that's where you park your cars. And then there's a bus that takes you to the event center at Barrett Jackson. So in order for you to park at Barrett Jackson, you got to be somebody. Like you're parking next to the helicopters.
There's helicopters?
Yeah, the guys rolling in their helicopters. Yeah, it's like for real. Just guys rolling in from Dubai and whatever other countries on their private jets. So the airport's got like all these private jets
Lined up.
Yeah, and guys going just to Barrett Jackson. So it's a bigger event than what most people even think it is. And the people that are there, the amount of people, it's absolutely. We took an Uber there.
Yeah.
We were staying in Scottsdale. We took an Uber there. One of the main reasons just so we get dropped off at the front door.
Right. So you don't have to like walk or hike or anything like that. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's so.
There's a tent for the auction, and then there's these other gigantic tents that are set up, and you can't even think of a tent that we would see in our province. They're put together with cranes, right? These tents, right? They're huge, right?
Yeah, it's hard to, you can't even fathom how, like when you first walk in, there's a, that's where all like the Dodge and Chevy and Ford, they have all their specialty vehicles in there.
Okay.
And all the new stuff.
So like a corporate display.
Yeah, so that tent is, I don't know, it's probably the size of Seth's place.
Wow.
That's the tent. And then you go through there, then you get into the main tent where the auction is.
Yeah.
But then you have to walk around all the memorabilia and there's sky boxes everywhere, and like it's really big.
And then outside that, all the cars that are going through the auction, which is like, we got the book here. This is actually like the.
No, that's only Friday, Saturday.
That's only Friday, Saturday.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, because there's like 1,400 cars. Like,
that's only Friday, Saturday.
There's like 1,400 cars in here, 1,600 cars in here.
I think it starts at the very start. It starts at.
Oh yeah, we're right down to zero at the beginning, but craziness. Anyways, there's a heck of a lot of cars.
Typically, that's more the Friday, Saturday stuff.
But this whole and more is the book of stuff on the auction, and they're all like on display in more tents.
Well,
outside.
The big stuff, Friday, Saturday. So how it works, the auction goes from Monday to Saturday.
Right.
So it's your more normal cars, like the cars we would have around here.
Sure.
Or like your cars and coffee kind of cars. That's the Monday, Tuesday. It creeps into Wednesday. The more that you get on later in the week, that's the higher the price of the cars go. So Sunday's more like a Wednesday. So it's a Friday, Saturday are the big days.
Right.
And they're crazy. Like,
well, I mean, there was a Mercedes, a Gullwing Mercedes that went for $3.41 million on Saturday, a Bugatti Chiron that went for 2.8, and another 1.6 was another 30s Mercedes coupe thing. I have models of them, like from when I was a kid. I had those cars as models, but they were in the millions. right?
But the thing is down there, like how often have you seen like an actual real Hemi Superbird? Like never.
Never.
Okay, well there's like 5 in a row.
5 in a row.
Oh yeah, just hanging out.
In one of these gigantic tents, underneath one of those somewhere.
But all like the bigger dollar cars, they're in like an indoor, like in a tent. It looks like it's a tent, but it looks like a building.
Okay.
That's connected to the main part of the auction.
Okay.
That's where all the big dollar cars are, like
Right.
those Bugatti, all the stuff you were talking about would be in that separate tent.
Yep.
Again, like the size of Saf's place. I don't know. Like you got to put your walking shoes on, man, when you're there. But outside, I think I counted. I think there were 6 or 7 tents outside, and they're huge. And that's where most of the cars are waiting to come in underneath these tents.
Wow.
And they're huge. I don't even know how many cars each tent would.
So that's the cars, and you can rent a golf cart there.
Oh, there's
to drive around.
Golf carts everywhere because it's so big. You almost have to have one.
You just about can't walk the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, like so that's the cars and the auction part. But then we've got like live music.
There's outside live music. There's like a inside live music, and it's like a mini SAS place with like the bowl and everything.
Yeah.
And there's like bands. They're playing in there, and it's all connected.
Really.
And then even outside, like the Ford and the Dodge, like they have like you can go for a drive in like a Viper, let's just say, or
a Hellcat,
like the
or
Hellcat or the Shelby, and
so
they'll take you
test
on
drives.
Well, they'll take you. They got like pro drivers that take you for a drive, and I don't go just after lunchtime because you'll whiff your cookies. Like they take you for a ride, and it's a ride. And
wow,
it's pretty cool. But
and then on top of that, yet there is even another tent that's all like vendors. It's like a trade show, right? So like Maguire's.
I totally forgot about that tent. Yeah, it's all.
Like the people who sell the California Duster, they got a display, and there's the people who make aftermarket parts. And you were talking about you went into who was the suspension place you were talking about?
Rytec.
Rytec.
Yeah, actually they had their booth outside.
Okay.
We were talking about lowering my wife's new truck.
Right.
Well, she doesn't know that, but I was talking to them about lowering my wife's new truck. So, but ask them questions because we use that product quite a bit, and with some of our muscle cars and
in the showroom here,
either Rytec or QA1, kind of thing. But they had all the vendors were all down there. It was kind of nice to go talk to them in person and see what the new stuff's coming. Like we've seen the new Dodge. There's a new Dodge to go up against the Shelby, like 650, 700 horse Dodge half-ton
truck. Yeah,
truck that's factory lowered. So I just found this out. Rytec does that new Dodge. It's like a 3/4 drop. And the Shelby Super Snake Ford trucks, Rytec does the suspension for these factory Ford trucks.
So they design, produce, and provide the suspension parts
for Ford Motor
to Ford Motor Company.
Or I guess it's to Shelby.
Or to Shelby. Yeah, I guess it's Shelby. To go on those trucks.
It's an actual license, warranty.
Wow.
And Rytec does all that. And they do it for the new Dodges too. Dodges are really hard to actually lower the way that their suspension's set up.
Right.
So this kit, it makes it so you have coilovers all the way around. I guess it rides amazing. It looks pretty cool. It's not as low as our shop truck, but for like a factory OEM, fully warranted.
And a super good ride, right?
Exactly.
Lots of lowered stuff looks really cool, but doesn't ride quite as nice as...
mine rides really good. It looks really good.
It looks really good. Does it ride super great? Rides okay. Super good? No.
Fashion over function. That's what my wife always says.
That's why her license plate says high heels. Yeah. Exactly. So that's just a kind of a general what was all. I mean, there's so many things we could talk for hours about what there was to see there. But when you were, what did it? What does it feel like there? What's the energy of the place?
The energy is crazy, especially being up on stage when our cars are going through.
Yeah,
that's a rush. You can see it on TV, but until you're there in person, I asked my dad to take a video because we were getting on the airplane when that first car was going through.
Right.
And I could see him on TV, like I was watching it on my phone, streaming, and I could see him, and he was taking a video, but he forgot to push play on the video.
No.
So he's walking around like he's videotaping, but then there's no video.
Aw.
But luckily, a buddy of mine was down there sitting in the front row.
Yeah.
And he got the video of that Duster from start to finish.
Wow.
Speaking of that same buddy, he had a big Fargo going through on Saturday night.
Yep.
So we watched that go through. It brought some pretty good money.
Yeah, it was. It was, and it's a crazy cool truck too. Wild ride.
Pretty wild.
Yeah.
But,
so, on top of all that, and you can, I guess you can understand why like people get that in a kind of a fury bidding, because if the energy of the place is that sort of amped up, pumped up kind of feel, that kind of everybody's there, and it's sort of like, yeah, I'm gonna bid, I'm gonna win. It kind of probably drives the sales of the place.
Some of these guys bidding too, because they're like, not this year, but I was there 2 years ago with that Hotrod selling down there, and I was just standing there watching the auction, and I look over, like from me to you, and it was Kevin Hart and his whole group of guys there sitting at a table, like, and they're bidding on this Cheval, and big dollar Cheval, right? But he wanted it. He's a car guy.
Yeah.
And he wanted it, and it was just neat, like surreal almost. Oh, hey, how's it going? Kind of thing, right? He's like right there.
So who did you see this year? Because you sent me some pictures. Who did you meet?
Well, this year we met. We talked with Craig Jackson.
So CEO of Barrett Jackson Auctions.
We were up in the Skybox.
You got some special tickets this year.
Yeah, we only had one ticket last time we were there, and I didn't feel like leaving my wife behind, so we didn't bother going up. But this time we had 2 tickets, and we were lucky enough to get them, and we went up to the Skybox, and that's where we met Craig Jackson. He was actually called the Craig Jackson Skybox.
So it was basically his, yeah.
Yeah, but it's pretty big, but the buffets and stuff, and it's kind of neat.
Wow.
But yeah, then up there, look over, and there's Richard Rawlings. Let's go talk to him for a bit, and then talk to Dennis Collins. The guys, everyone in the auto community knows who Dennis Collins is. He was Richard Rawlings' right-hand guy, but he's got his own show now. Right. Big into Jeeps and stuff, right?
Yep.
Danny Coker was there too. I didn't get to meet him yet, or on this last trip. I think we met, like last time we met Dave from Bitchin' Rides.
And you've seen like Jay Leno walking around there, I think, right? Like,
all the sports guys and like Jay Leno, and
that's the thing that I didn't even realize is that there's the crowd on the floor, which are the people who are bidding on cars, but there are people that come to this event and they may bid on a car or sell a car or something like that, right? Some of those really big dollar cars, but they are celebrities or they're so high profile that they don't actually really mingle with the rest of the place. They have like their own dedicated skyboxes or lounges and things like that. And then there's probably, I'm guessing, there's probably even ones that the public even know about. Because when you're I don't know, somebody from,
Well, I was up at the Skybox and Craig Jackson came up there and he was talking to this guy. You knew he was a big deal. I don't know who he was. He's probably a singer or a rapper or something, I don't know, but he had his whole entourage around. There was like 20 guys around him. Everyone's taking pictures and stuff, and I could show my kids a picture, maybe they tell me who it is, but but there's a lot of people just walking around like normal. Yeah. And there's, could be Tom Cruise, could be whoever. They don't all have their entourage. They're just walking through, right? And,
wow. That's cool.
And it's just like when Dave was there from Bitchin' Rides, it was him and Kev Dog were there. Yeah. And his wife and his kid, but they didn't have any guards or anything. They were walking through and hey, how's it going? And it's just kind of normal there almost. Just kind of normal. But they're good people and and you talk to them and they're more than happy to stop and talk to you. So
that's pretty cool. Yeah. And was there like a standout car this year that you saw that you were just like? I mean, I know you didn't bring anything back. We took 6 down there. We didn't bring anything back on purpose. You managed to keep your hands in your pockets.
Well, we did go to another auction. Yeah. On the Saturday, but there was one. I'm a sucker for these cab overs. Oh yeah, cab over. Yeah. It was a snub nose cab over, about a 47 Chev kind of thing. Crew cab, ramp truck.
Was it black?
No, it was a Ford. Sorry, it was a Ford truck. It was red. Okay. It was red, ramp truck, and it had a Power Stroke diesel in it. Okay. So it was very drivable, very usable ramp truck, and it was pretty cool. But I like different stuff like that. Like, trust me, there was a lot of nice Cudas and Camaros, and oh my God, there was nice stuff everywhere. But I like the oddball stuff, like throw a big blower motor into a taxi, and I'm all in. Right? Something different. If you're gonna go to, rides at Rods, and I like to have the most unique one there.
Yep.
That's kind of how I roll. So.
Cool. Well,
but it should be on everyone's bucket list.
yeah.
You should go. Like I've been to SEMA too. Some of the other bigger shows, and I've been to Good Guys in Phoenix, and that's another one too. That's really good to go to. Mm-hmm. But you got to go to Barrett, and you need like 3 or 4 days because you're not going to see it all.
I've read that. You know, that's like I was looking up some information about this. I saw some record that the whole place is 550,000 square feet. Like
I don't even know how big that is.
Yeah, like it's gigantic. But basically, that was like the tourist guide for Barrett Jackson was always, don't leave yourself just one day. There's too much to see and do for just one day.
I'd recommend going like on a Tuesday or Wednesday.
Yeah.
For more than one reason. One is because the cars are all fresh and they're clean, and right. The longer that you go, people, you can imagine how many hundreds of thousands of people walking around. It creates dust and everything, right?
Yep.
And it's not as busy on those days, so you can get a good look at everything. If you just go on a Friday or Saturday and that's your only day to go, it's not good. Like it's just so busy.
Yeah.
That you can't even see stuff.
But it doesn't help that we in Saskatchewan come from a place with lots of space around us. Like we're not always used to the crowds that you see in those really big American cities.
Yeah.
Saskatoon and Regina are pretty small places compared to that. So yeah, I mean, it's like even going to Vegas for the first time. It's like, oh man, there's a lot of people here.
Well, just the same as Vegas. Just because you can see that hotel down the road doesn't mean that you can walk there, or that you should walk there.
I've made that mistake in Vegas
Barrett's the same way. You walk into Barrett and you can, see that par tent there? They rent golf carts for a reason.
Yep.
Like, you got to go some year.
Okay, maybe next year. Maybe you'll have to take your film crew with you next year.
Who's that?
I don't know, the guy who's on film with you right now.
Oh. Well, who's filming?
The tripod.
The ghost.
Anyways, thanks for watching with us today. We will be bringing you
new stuff coming.
Do we?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think we just confirmed. I got to check my phone here, but I think we got a 67 Mustang Fastback coming.
67 Mustang Fastback.
A 68 Roadrunner.
Oh, awesome. Is there something in Edmonton or Calgary we got to pick up?
That square body still.
Yes.
We're trying to find something else to bring there so we make a trip out of it, right? And we had it, but now it's gone. And anyway, we've got that square body coming. It's an orange one. People have been asking. A lot of people asking about that truck.
Yeah, a few people have been asking.
We got to get it back here. But both of our drivers, our full-time drivers, are on holidays right now, so we're trying to wing it.
Yeah, exactly. So we do have some new stuff for you. Next week we'll be looking at cars in person again there. Thanks for sticking with us and watching. And otherwise, like, subscribe, follow along. We'll bring you something new every week here at Rod's Hot Rods. Catch you next time.